What is up, bros and broettes? We are back at it again today with a back day. Dumbbells only. And when I start off my back day, I always like to warm up my back just to help get the body moving, the blood pumping, the joints lubricated. So when you start moving some heavy weight, you're not going to injure yourself. And we're going to start things off with a pull-up or a chin-up variation, body weight, 2 to 3 sets for 10 reps. And you want to go full range of motion, keep it strict. You want to go all the way up with the chin above the bar, back down in the starting position, meaning fully flexed at the bottom. All the way down and all the way up. So bringing it to our first exercise, which is the single arm dumbbell row lower lat focus. A warm-up set of 40 pounds, one set, 10 reps. And the difference between this variation versus your regular dumbbell row, I am rowing it to my lower lat. So if you see where my elbow placement is, it's going further down. A regular dumbbell row, your elbow goes straight up, which will work the upper back. But I'm pulling my elbows back further to hit the lower lat portion of my lats. It's almost like you're bringing the elbow back at an angle to hit your lower lats. On to our second working set, 50 pounds, one set, 10 reps. Now on to our first working set, 65 pounds, one set, 7 to 10 reps. And I'm just leaning on an incline bench at a slightly higher incline. You can find something that you can just prop yourself on that you can hold with one hand, where you can just lean on, but you want to keep your back straight when you're doing it. You don't want to have a hunched back or anything. You want to keep your back flat. And when you're bringing the dumbbells down, make sure you get a deep stretch. You almost want to hit the floor, but not hit the floor. But you want to aim at getting a deeper stretch by lowering the weight down further. On to our second working set, 75 pounds, one set, 7 to 10 reps. And if you see my form, when I'm bringing the weight down, it's getting stretched all the way almost down to the bottom for that deep stretch. And if you see my elbow placement is coming back behind me to my lower lat portion, not up and above, which will hit your upper back. On to our third working set, 90 pounds, one set, 7 to 10 reps. On to our final set, 100 pounds, 1 set, 7 to 10 reps. Remember to keep the weight nice, slow, and controlled. And see how I'm bringing the weight down? It's almost like I'm trying to touch the floor. That way you'll get a nice deep stretch. On to our second exercise, which is the dumbbell pullover, which will focus on the lats. And we're doing a warm-up set of 45 pounds, 1 set, 10 reps. Now when it comes to doing the dumbbell pullover, if you look at my hips, they're rising up, and then I'm arching my back. And then I'm stretching the dumbbells as far as possible before it hits the floor. This will ensure a nice deep stretch in the lats and in the back. On to our first working set, 55 pounds, 1 set, 7 to 10 reps. On to our second working set, 60 pounds, 1 set, 7 to 10 reps. Now, you all know what time it is. It's time for a quick pump check. And the back is looking pretty pumped up. Arms not so much, but the back is pumped from those dumbbell pullovers. On to our final set, 75 pounds, 1 set, 7 to 10 reps. Now when you raise your hips up, it may look a little exaggerated, but it allows you to arch your back to bring the dumbbells back behind your head and give you a nice deeper stretch. There's another variation you can use. You can use the side of the bench, but it's hard to get the weight up properly if you go higher in weights. And it's a little bit harder to stabilize yourself. So this is why this is the best position for me when it comes to increasing the weight. On to our next exercise, chest supported dumbbell rows. A warm-up set of 30 pounds, 1 set, 7 to 10 reps. And when it comes to the line of path where you should bring the dumbbells, it should be the same as the dumbbell row, just you're rowing to your lower lat at an angle, and you're just trying to bring your elbows back as far as possible. Our first working set, 45 pounds, 1 set, 10 reps. Now when it comes to setting the incline bench, you want to find a nice height that's good enough for your height. I don't have the incline bench up too high, but it's a nice supported height for me. And on to our second working set, 60 pounds, 1 set, 7 to 10 reps. So when you lower the weight down, you want to keep your head down, but when you bring the weights up, you want to raise your chest up and lift your head up. That way you can get a nice, good contraction. And on to our final set, 75 pounds, 1 set, 7 to 10 reps. Now on to the next exercise, seated dumbbell shrugs. A warm-up set of 30 pounds, 1 set, 10 reps. And you basically want to lower your chin down as far as possible, lean forward, and tilt the dumbbells you want to tilt the dumbbells like they're pointing down, and then you just want to shrug up. So you want to basically shrug up to your ears and hold it for a second, and then lower it down to a full stretch. On to our first working set and our second. We're going to start with 50 pounds, work our way up to 65 pounds, 1 set, 10 to 15 reps. And on to our final set, 70 pounds, 1 set, 10 to 15 reps. And when it comes to shrugging, you want to kind of shrug up to your ears as high as possible. And you want to work with all types of rep ranges, not just 10 to 15. You can go heavy of 1 to 5 reps, but I like higher rep ranges when it comes to shrugs, but you also want to have a good amount of weight utilized as well. And on to our next exercise, which is the bent over dumbbell rear delt row. We're doing a working set of 20 pounds for 4 sets, 15 to 25 reps. So on to our second working set, 20 pounds, 15 to 25 reps. And if you saw the cues that I had at the beginning, I bent at the knees, I leaned forward, my ass came out, and I'm keeping my back straight. And then I'm just tilting the dumbbells so they're pointing to the side. And I'm just raising my elbows up and out as high as possible. And if you want to hit the rear delts, they need to be hit frequently and in higher rep ranges. So once you get up to 20 reps, it'll burn really bad. And that's where they're getting hit the most, is in that higher rep range. And our final 3 and 4 set of 20 pounds, 15 to 25 reps. You're gonna get a great burn after the 15th rep, but you gotta push past that little burn to that's where the gains are. So that's the back workout with dumbbells only. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.